All right. We are going to see if this actually goes or not. But I was told to start a YouTube channel by a coach of mine and kind of document my experience with, are you ready? An MLM, which if you don't know what it is, it's a multi-level marketing. It's also known as network marketing. And one of the reasons that I am going to just put this out here as my first video is I'm on YouTube a lot. I'm reading what other people are writing. And I know that in the past, there has been bad experiences with what we call pyramids. That being said, before I get into any of this, something to note about me. I have owned multiple businesses that are not MLMs, traditional brick and mortar businesses that I have had multiple employees. And as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, the only way you can really make a living at what you're doing is to have employees. So as I was reading through some stuff, it kind of bugged me a little bit with this whole MLM pyramid scheme, hate MLMs, love MLMs, cults, whatever you want to call it. But the reality of it is this, is if you're selling something and you're in sales, then your job is sales. Now, how it's structured can be a big deal. So before we get into what an MLM is or what a pyramid scheme is, what I'd first like to do is take a look at corporate America. A matter of fact, we could take a look at most businesses and we will see something that most businesses, if you go Google an organizational chart for a corporation, you will see a pyramid. Sorry, that's what you're going to see. Now, is it a pyramid scheme? No. But is it a pyramid? Yes. So that means in order for a corporation to sell any product, okay, because that's what all corporations do, right? Is they're going to sell a product. At the top, they're going to have the owner, the president, and we're going to come down from there. Then we're going to go to the board of directors. And then from there, we're going to go into managers. Then usually we're going to go into Salesforce, and then we're going to go into the worker bees at the bottom. By the way, as you look, your pay will do just that. The guys at the top, they take the biggest chunk of change. If you don't believe me, look at the salaries of CEOs. The guy at the bottom, especially your sales guys, who are doing the brunt of the work, they're making all that money for the top. They're never going to make more than that president. They're never going to make more than that CEO. And those guys are definitely making money off of those workers. That, in my opinion, is what a pyramid is, right? Any job, corporate structure, that's how it looks. Now, let's go talk about what a, quote, pyramid scheme is. Well, a pyramid scheme, by definition, is one, illegal. So is a Ponzi scheme. And what those really are is that you are paying money to join an organization. And you make your money off of people paying to join that organization. You make either very little money or no money for products or services. Okay, that's a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme. Taking money in, not investing it, and then using that money to pay some other people out, right? We've seen a lot of people get in trouble for this, okay? So what's an MLM? Because I see a lot of people talking about it being a pyramid scheme. So an MLM is built off of salespeople, right? You still have a company up at the top, and that company is still going to have a president, a CEO, a board of directors. It's still going to have their call centers, their distribution, their warehouses. However, what they don't have, like most corporations, is they have done a little bit different where they have gotten rid of distribution. Somebody's trying to call me. Good timing. So in that distribution model, they're going to have to pay for the distribution out to the big box stores or however else they're going to get rid of that product, right? They've got to pay for the retail space that it's in. Then they're going to have to pay for the advertising to get you and I in that door. So that's what's going to happen there. Now in an MLM, what they're going to do instead is from distribution, which most of them are doing is now as a salesperson, you hopefully are not buying the product and you are not stocking the product. You are directing people to a website where they can buy the product themselves. Okay, so the next thing that I've heard about MLMs is they're overpriced. Okay, well, I'm not going to mention any companies per se in this, but I'm going to tell you that there is some purses I can buy out there that are extremely overpriced. I'm paying for the name. There's hair products that I can buy. There's clothing that I can buy that I think is very overpriced. Here's a great one. Diamonds. Have you heard of them? Ever tried to resell one? And have you ever bought one new? Yeah, that's overpriced. So then the next thing is then I hear the bashing on companies. Okay, that's fair. But as a consumer or as an employee that's going to go work for a company, what research have you done? Do you understand the compensation plan? I don't care if I go sell cars, if I go to work at a big box retailer, I'm going to want to know in sales, what is my compensation, and my competition, let's be honest. But I'm going to want to know what my compensation is. Am I paid an hourly rate plus commission? Am I paid only commission? Am I paid an hourly rate plus commission? What are my expectations? Do I have a minimum sales per month? Do I have to meet a quota every month? If I have people that work for me, just like a big organization, and for the companies that I had, when I owned a mortgage company and I had loan officers working for me, I made money off of when they closed loans, as I should. I was putting my time and my effort into them. So there's another question. What kind of training are you getting? What kind of culture does the company have? Wherever you go to work. These are all things that you, I hope, would want to know and look into. Now, I'm sure that some of you may have had bad experiences with MLM, or they're cult-like, or they have sales people that are pushy. You can find that anywhere, though. Have you ever walked onto a used car sales lot? There's a lot of jokes about those guys, right? Because we've all done it, where we have run into a person who is just pushy in sales. Sales is sales. You either sell or you share. You're either pushy or you're persistent, right? But when it comes to sales, the reality of it is it takes a good 8, 12 reaches, contacts for somebody to buy. Why do you think that on television there are so many ads for products? And how much money do you think they spend? So where they're spending all this money, is the quality of product really that good if you're getting it for this price and they're having to spend this much money to do it? So those were some of my brain thoughts as I have come into the world of MLMs. Personally, I've always been a fan of them. I always look for ways to support my friends who are in them, as long as I think that it's a good product and it's a product that I want to use. Full disclosure, I sell Arbonne. This channel is going to be a lot about my journey with Arbonne, for good and for bad. I have used Arbonne products for 8 years. I have been 200 pounds twice in my life. No shame. So, there is good companies out there and there are bad companies out there. There are ways to make a living at sales, and not everybody was born or wants to be a salesperson. But when we clump, in my opinion, all things into one category, then the reality of it is we're all pyramids. We're all pyramids in pay. Maybe the difference in some MLMs is I have a feeling there's a few people in the company that make more than the CEO. I don't know, but it might happen, since some of these people have been in this company since the 80s. It's a long time to be building a book of business. An insurance agent, You've ever looked at how they make sales? They sell a book of business, they make money off of it. Why they're selling those products, the more agents they have, the more money they make off the agents' books of business. And the agents that come to work for them are going to make more money than the top insurance agent at that company. Now, some can be structured differently. I understand that. But basically grouping all these things together that one is evil or one's not evil, the only time, in my opinion, something is evil is if it's a true Ponzi scheme, meaning you're not paying for a product or service, you're paying to join something. When we talk about membership benefits, well, most of us go to Costco. You got to pay them every year to be part of that. Most of us pay for Amazon Prime, right? What are we really paying for? Paying a membership. What do our credit cards do now? Points. More points you got, the more money you get, or the cash back, the more miles you get. These are just all ways for us to buy more. So a couple things that I have learned in business that just, to me, I don't know if it's misinformation or if it's people who have had bad experiences. I've been breaking down MLMs, by the way, for years, probably since college. I have looked at so many of them. It's kind of cool. I love seeing how they do their compensation plans. I have worked for many companies. I have been shown the glass ceiling in a lot of companies I have worked for. And I have seen my own glass ceiling, my own potential, my own glass ceiling when I've owned my own companies and still do own my own companies. So when we lump everything together as one of all being bad or one all being good, what we really need to look at is, I'm sorry, my nose itches. What we really need to look at as the individual company itself, the individual people that we're working with. What are their goals? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What are their desires? And are they making the world a better place? Is it a better place than when they first came into this world? And I'll tell you right now, that is my goal. I want to leave the world a better place. When I lost my company, it was one of the roughest things that I've ever been through in my life. And I will give you that story the next time that I am on here. So anyways, love to see your comments. I'm sure it's going to get a little brutal, but you know what? We all have opinions, and I guess it's what makes the world go round. But it's just heartbreaking when I see people saying that they will never do business with an MLM. That's like saying you'll never do business with a corporation, or you'll never go to a big bank, or you will never. Nevers are very strong words. And sometimes I think it's good to be educated about exactly what an MLM is, what a pyramid is, how we make our money in this world, and who's got the most risk in the game. And honestly, those with the most risk should be probably making the most. Do I think that presidents and CEOs of corporations need to be making 500 times what the sales guy or the bottom guy does? No, because it's a full organization that takes it all to work. Do they make money off of the guys at the bottom? Yeah, they do. Do they make money for signing people up for memberships and benefits and points? Yeah, they do. We make money. That's what makes the world go round. So there's your food for thought. Chew on it for a little while. This is a channel that I am starting to document a little bit about my journey in both the businesses that I own and in my MLM world as well. The unique perspective I have coming at it after owning multiple businesses and now being involved in it and what I'm seeing. And those are just, again, my personal experiences and my opinions. But if they can help people, or maybe help people not hate things, then I think that that's a great thing. So I'm going to say peace out and hope to see you soon. Check back.